The Upper House of Parliament debated and passed new amendments to the Money Laundering Amendment Act of 2013. Leader of Government Business in the House of Senate, the Honorable Dr. Errol Court, says due to the nature and importance of the act, from time to time the House will be called upon to make amendments. More in this report.
Court says this is in compliance to ensure that the act meets international standards. He lists some of the amendments made.
Definition of money laundering or money laundering offense is also expanded in this provision, and to include, among other things, at F, those provisions within the Trafficking in Persons Prevention Act, and G, those provisions within the Migrant Smuggling Prevention Act. You recall that we passed those two bills in this Honorable House, so we're now expanding the definition of money laundering or money laundering offenses to incorporate those two new bits of legislation that would have been passed.
Acting Leader of Opposition in the Senate for Barbuda, Arthur Nibbs, says he's not opposed to the amendments being made, but tired of the continuous changes being made. Nibbs is asking the Leader of Government Business to show some form of document to prove that other countries are indeed making such moves.
I am sort of tired of Antigua and Barbuda being dragged to perform to suit other people in the world when people do not do the same for us. There must be some reciprocal arrangement, Madam President. And not because we're small. I'm a very small and proud person. I mean, there are a lot of times a lot of these amendments are killing us. But the only reason we are doing them is because we want to conform, as it were, with other jurisdiction. And then we're told that this is done throughout other jurisdiction. I would hope one of these days, Madam President, whenever we're going to be carrying out such amendment, that the Leader of Government Business will bring some activity to convince us that other jurisdictions are in fact doing the same thing. And when I say other, not just the Caribbean, we want to get a glimpse as to what's happening in the United States.
Barbuda Senator Randolph Beezer welcomes the amendments which seeks to strengthen the money laundering and trafficking law, as it is important that Antigua and Barbuda is kept clean in the eyes of the world. He says the country should continue to support the ONDCP, police, military, and the Ministry of National Security as they work to secure the country. Senator Errol Court says the amendments are being tabled not because they are being asked to do so, but because it is of great importance.
Are we here simply approving what we are told to approve by the Financial Action Task Force or the Caribbean Financial Action Task Force, or are we approving or passing legislation that we think genuinely is in the best interests of the country? And if we're doing the former, I would be in full agreement that we should not be here jumping to the tune of others who want to direct us down a path that may not be in the best interests of the country. And that is where the analysis has to be. I am not personally directly involved in the process in terms of the meetings at the level of the Caribbean Financial Action Task Force, but I am going to go on the assumption that those who are representing Antigua and Barbuda at that level would be looking into the interests of the country, and I am therefore accepting what they bring back and are saying to us that we need to pass, not because we are being told to do this, but because these things are in the interests of promoting good governance in Antigua and Barbuda.
It is estimated that approximately $1.5 trillion is laundered every year. Larissa Fass is reported for ABS News.